Hello everybody and welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome, come on in. My name is Millie and I post at least 3 times a week on a Monday, Wednesday and a Friday. Cruelty-free, affordable drugstore makeup reviews with the odd indie eyeshadow palette sprinkled in for good measure, and today we are staying firmly at the drugstore. I've got a load of new products from Catrice. It is like mainly Catrice products today, but I do have a few bits from Made by Mitchell. And I also have the new setting spray from Emco. I know that this is controversial. I would love to hear your thoughts on it down below actually, because I feel like, honestly, good on Scandinavia. That's how I feel about it, truly, because Urban Decay were just, they were just nasty about it, weren't they? So I'm glad for Scandinavia finding another brand to bring out their setting spray. Do I think that they could have come up with something a little bit better than All Dayer? Yes. Either way, we're going to be trying this today. And like I say, it is mostly Catrice. I already have my brows, foundation and concealer on. The brows is just the Troublemaker Fluffer Brow Pen. The foundation is the new Catrice one, the Skin Lake Luminous Foundation. I already have a full day wear test for this one that I will leave linked up above, but this is their newest one. I'm still sort of figuring out what I think of it, so this is sort of a second impression for it. And then the concealer is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh. So that is everything that I already have on. Let's get into some new products from Catrice. So they brought out their beautiful blush that I absolutely adore. They brought it out in a bronzer shade. So this is the Soft Glam Baked Blush. Interesting that they're still calling it a baked blush when it's a bronzer. This is 060 Blonzer Heat. So they currently only have one shade in this like bronzer sort of a shade. I would really like them to bring out more shades in this as a bronzer, because I don't know if this is gonna work for me, but obviously it's not gonna work for absolutely everybody. I would love more shades in it. I will say right from the start, if you are into Catrice, you may also be interested in Essence. I have so much new makeup from Essence coming. I'm so excited about it, I can't even tell you. They brought out a cushion foundation, like 4 different types of lip stain, a liquid bronzer that's like a little spongy tip thing. So much new stuff from Essence. So if you're interested in that, subscribe. Hit that little subscribe button down below, because that will be coming so soon. I think it will be with me in like 2 days. So I will get that video done as soon as those products arrive, because I'm so excited about it. But anyway, let's focus on today, Millie, shall we? The Catrice bronzer. I have it on my brush there. And okay, that colour does look good. Okay, so if you're my sort of skin tone, like I was worried just looking at it in the pan, I was worried that that was going to be too dark for me, but I'm not being light-handed with it. And that is a really nice colour, but obviously it's not going to work if you have a deeper skin tone basically than I have. So Catrice, please get onto some more shades for this. Already I've had it on my face 25 seconds and I'm already like, yep, we need more shades of that. But I knew that I would like it. I knew that I would like the formula. I just wasn't sure on the colour, because obviously I love the blush. It's beautiful, so beautiful in fact that I may or may not have bought another shade. I really love the blush. Okay, so I'm glad that I like the bronzer as well. These are very fragile, let's say. They're very delicate. So I got these from Notino. They package their products very well. Boozy Shop also package their products very well. If you are in the UK, don't buy this from Boots. They have never ever seen a single piece of packaging to help products stay whole in the shipping process. Whenever I've had one of these products shipped from Boots, they have always arrived broken. So don't even go there. But I got these from Notino and they have arrived safely. So that's the bronzer. That colour is beautiful. It's not too warm. I was worried that it was going to be, I don't know. I don't really know why I was worried that it was going to be too warm. But it is a very, very nice, I would say like a neutral. It's not cool toned, but it's not orange either. I really, really like that. And it is just the softest little bit of a glow. Like, it really adds a beautiful glow to the skin, just like the blushes do. So, like I say, I've got a new shade of the blush. This is the Catrice Soft Glam Baked Blush. This is 030 Cheeky Coral. And obviously I love a corally blush. This is, I already know, going to be a favourite for me because I love this formula. I already know that I very, very much enjoy this formula. So let's tap that onto the cheeks. Yes, of course I love it. Of course I do. These really are the perfect amount of pink colour, or like corally colour, to glowy highlight. Like, they are a beautiful, beautiful blush light formula. And I love that colour. I have been eyeing up this colour for the longest time, and I've been saying I don't need another corally blush. I've got a drawer full. But I do very, very much enjoy that. That colour is beautiful. So I haven't actually ever shown this foundation with a powder, so I'm just going to use a little bit of this one, which is my Collection Blurring Powder. Look at the size of this pan. Like, I think that this is going to be done by the end of the week. If not today. Honestly, there is like no product left. I got another one of these delivered today as well. Because I can't live without this powder. It's incredible. So I will lightly powder all over. I don't want to put this over the blush too much. I just want to see what this foundation looks like. Really nicely set, just lightly, because it is a very, very glowy foundation. So I want to see, oh, like, look, there's like no product left. There's literally like no product left. I love this powder. if it's not absolutely clear, I love this powder. Not new at all. Was one of my favourite products of last year. Yeah, that foundation looks real good powdered down. I mean, obviously this powder is beautiful, but that doesn't mean that automatically means it'll work very, very well with the foundation. Let me zoom you in actually so that you can see all of my face real close up, but that foundation looks really nice set down with that powder. I wasn't sure, just because this is more of a lightweight powder. It isn't like full matte, like very, very heavy powder. It is a very, very lightweight powder, very softly blurring. And I thought maybe this foundation would need a little bit more of a heavy duty powder, just with it being so glowy. But actually that looks really nice. Okay, so whilst you are zoomed in, let's get into some of these eye products. So I got one of the new Catrice Soft Melt Liquid Eyeshadows. This one is in Dusty Rose, but I did also get the new Made by Mitchell Powder Serve Liquid Eyeshadow Set. So I might actually, they're like little liquid eyeshadows. Shall I think these are glittery. Honestly, I've had these for a little while and I can't remember. So let's have a look. Yeah, see, these are a little bit shimmery. So there's 3 of the shades. This one's nice. This is like a bright green. Okay. And then the other 3 are slightly darker, but still sort of like metallic-y. Okay, so let's do, what do I want to do? Because I also have a new shade of the Made by Mitchell Make a Mark liquid eyeliner. This one is She's King, and this is like a blue. I think it's blue and a little bit shifty. Let's swatch this one actually. Okay. That is shifty. See how bright blue that goes in the light? But it's almost a little bit plum. That's really pretty. It's like a burgundy shade when it's not like reflecting the light. That's very, very pretty. Okay, so we'll be using that. I do want to use the Catrice one and then maybe a pink, like a peachy pink. Let's try it. So we'll start with the Catrice Soft Melt Liquid to Powder Eyeshadow, and it just says long lasting and waterproof, liquid to powder texture with a matte finish. I'll try and sort of keep this in the crease a little bit. I don't really know. I do like the colour though. It is like a nice neutral. What shade did I say that was? Did I say? Dusty Rose, I think I said. Honestly, the moment a little bit of information goes into my brain, it is immediately out the other side of it. So I will take a fluffy brush, and because I don't know how pigmented this is going to be, I will just do a little bit sort of on the outer corner, and let's buff this out. Okay, that's blending really nicely. It's nice and pigmented, but not too pigmented. I do feel like that has given me a good amount of sort of wiggle room to actually blend it out. Like, it's not set down immediately. That has just like added the shadow back into the crease. No complaints there. I very, very much like that colour for a neutral sort of a vibe. Yeah, I quite like that. I wonder how well, I mean, I'm not going to do it today, but I wonder how well that would work as like an eyeshadow primer, as like a base, because they did have some other, they had other shades. They did have some more lighter shades, ones that would be closer to my skin tone. So I wonder how they would work under like a traditional eyeshadow powder. I think that they would work really well. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit under my eye. Tiny, tiny little bit under there. But I really, really like the colour. That's got a beautiful amount of like a warmth to it that I feel like it's nice and flattering on my skin tone and eye colour and everything. And yeah, that's blending out real nicely. I do actually watch, and I'm sure you'll have seen her videos before, Rose and Ben Beauty. She does a lot of stuff with liquid eyeshadows like this. I know she really likes the Mario ones. Clearly I've never tried them. I'm a drugstore girly. But I wonder how these would compare, because they're blending really nicely. And I do feel like they look nice and smooth, and that colour is beautiful. I feel like I've got a little bit more on this side. Let me even myself up. And I had actually taken, obviously I had that concealer across my eyes, and I did also put a little bit of that setting powder over the eyelids as well, just lightly. So these work well over a set concealer. Good to know. I think that that is a lovely colour. It's blended nicely. I'm not noticing anything nasty about it. It added a little bit more nicely to the lid on this side where I felt like I just needed to even myself up. I feel like my eyes look exceptionally blue. I love that. So let's go in with a little bit of the Made by Mitchell one, which is the Made by Mitchell Powder Liquid Eyeshadow, is that what it's called? In Deuse. Deuce. Isn't that another word for a poo? Deuce. Am I thinking of something else completely? I don't know. D-E-U-C-E. I'm gonna have to Google that because that's gonna drive me insane. One moment. Deuce. Deuce. The word deuce most commonly means a tie score of 40 all in tennis, a 2 on a playing card or die, or an old-fashioned mild curse word meaning the devil. What a strange concoction of meanings. Okay, anyway, we're using this one that's like a peachy colour, and I will just use the same brush for continuity's sake. So, powder serve. Oh, serve! Like a tennis serve. Can you tell that I don't play tennis? In case that wasn't completely apparent just by looking at me. Don't play tennis. Is this something to do with tennis? Are the other names? Ace, that's something to do with tennis, isn't it? Strawberries. Oh, Mildred, you're silly. Bagel. Bagel? Backhand. And baseliner. I bet these are all something to do with tennis. Look at me not knowing anything about the about the products that I've bought. I'm being silly now. Let's focus on the eyeshadow because this is glittery, and again I will just do one side at a time because I don't know how quickly it will dry, and clearly I am not in any state of mind to do anything in a sensible manner today, so I'm just using the same brush just to tap out all of those glitters. Okay, so it's not like exceptionally pigmented in terms of like a base colour, but the shimmers are pretty. The little peachy coloured shimmers are pretty. I like it. Is it my favourite? Not necessarily. I do like that they're tiny though, like if you were travelling and you just wanted one little liquid glitter, I would have absolutely taken one of these on my summer holidays with me. The colour is pretty. It's not anything groundbreaking, but also I did just pick the peach. So that is one layer on both eyelids. It's blended out nicely. I do feel like it's set down nice enough. Do I do a bit of the green one? Let's do a little bit of the bright green one, which is Ace. Another cricket term that I don't I don't know anything about. So let's put a little bit of this one. Okay, let's put a little bit of that one further in. I feel like I need a more dense brush. I should have cleaned that off on my leg before I tapped that onto my eyes. Okay, that green was pretty. That green one is very, very pretty. That's got more of a base colour to it though. Like you can see that a lot more than that peach one. And granted, I did use more of a dense brush to sort of press that in rather than blend it out. Oh, I like the green one. I was always gonna like the green one. Okay. Okay, made by Mitchell. Yeah, these are pretty. These are very, very pretty. I really, really like that green one. That has blended out nicely, like softened down, but stayed very, very nice and pigmented, like right where you put it. I'm interested now to try some of the darker shades as like a winged liner, maybe with like an actual liner brush, like a small liner brush, because some of these would make really beautiful like liquid liners. Obviously I'm going to be using the blue Make a Mark one today. Obviously I'm going to be using this one, but I'm interested to try some of these other shades as a liquid liner, because those two that I've tried were really, really nice. I am just so completely dumb. Like, it's literally called Powder Serve, and I just didn't put two and two together to the tennis reference. But also I don't remember seeing anything else that was tennis themed. Or maybe, you know what, maybe I just wasn't looking. That is also absolutely a possibility. So let's go in with the Make a Mark liquid liner in She's King. So I already have the Make a Mark in Wave After Wave. This one is glittery. Wave After Wave is glittery. I do feel like She's King is smoother, more of a metallic finish. They brought out a few. I did also get a pink one, which was Nebula, and this one is like a pink to purple shift. Very, very pretty. I have filmed with that, but you haven't seen that video yet. Because, as I always say, time is a liquid concept. So let's go ahead and do a wing with She's King, and then we're nearly done. And what is not made better by a blue, shifty, beautiful wing? There's no answer, because there is nothing better than that. Okay, so that's the liquid liner. I really, really like the colour. It's just not necessarily as shifty as I thought it was going to be. I did just swatch the other pink shade, which was Nebula, and I feel like that is more shifty. Like it's a bright sort of burgundy and then it goes a little bit golden. Really, really pretty, and you can see that shift very clearly on the eye when I've worn that one. I just feel like this looks like a blue liner. I'm not mad at that. I am absolutely not mad at that, because it's very, very pretty. It's a very pretty blue. I was just expecting it to be more shifty, because now it's like it's less interesting than the blue glitter one, you know? And unfortunately you can't get the blue glitter one anymore, or I would have bought it. They seem to be phasing out their older Make a Mark liquid liners, the glittery ones that were for Pride last year or the year before, I can't remember, but that's what I went on for, to get some more of those, because mine are starting to dry out and I'm like, I can't live without those liquid liners. Yeah, it's nice. I would rather have Wave After Wave, because that was glittery and this one isn't, and also it doesn't necessarily have as much of a shift as I thought it was going to. So before I do my mascara, I wanted to get into the All Day setting spray. So this is the MCO Beauty All Day setting spray, the original patented formula from Scandinavia. So this isn't a dupe, this is all nighter. This is the same formula, but just not from Urban Decay. So, so it's got two caps on it. Why was I surprised by that? I have never tried the all-nighter. I have never used it, but I'm excited to try this one. So I'm scared, is this gonna ruin my liner or anything? Also, would you like to see a full day wear test where I just use this on one side of my face to see how it actually affects like my makeup for a full day wear? Because this has some claims. Clues in the name. All Day setting spray locks makeup in place all day long. No melting, no smudging, no sliding. Says top tip, after face makeup application, mist 2 to 4 times in an X and a T formation. I can do that. I am, however, sat in front of a fan, so let me just scooch back a little bit so that I'm out of the breeze. And okay, that's a really nice, very fine mist, very, very light amount of fragrance. Let's just see. I'll do 2 to 4. I will do 2 to 4 spritzes because that's what it's told me to do. Okay, I feel like I need more than that. It's a very, very nice spray though. It is actually reminding me a little bit of the e.l.f. I don't use e.l.f. anymore, you know the deal. What's it called? The one that I really used to like. The green one, the light green one. It's reminding me of that, the very, very fine spray. I really, really like the spray. So I just did like 10 sprays there. My face is now damp. I did have powders on, so let's see how that sets down and how I feel about that after I have applied a nice healthy amount of a mascara. So this is the Catrice Tubing Stay in Place False Lash Mascara. I already have a first impression for this and I didn't love it the first time I tested it, but also I do feel like mascaras improve sort of the longer they've been open. So I'm just going to give my skin a minute to dry down. Let's give that setting spray a little minute and I'll see, but let's do some mascara while I'm waiting. Thing is with this mascara, I feel like it makes my bottom lashes look 7 miles long, but my top lashes just look so completely underwhelming. And I haven't worn this mascara for a full day yet because I just don't feel like I like how it looks enough to actually wear it out in the world for a full day. But I did actually see on Andrea's channel, she mentioned this mascara, but the wand looked completely different. So I don't know if this is a new wand, because the wand makes all the difference for how a mascara looks. If you find a wand that you like, that, or a mascara that you like, it's probably down to the wand. So I don't think I like this because I don't feel like the wand is giving me enough. Like, it's lengthening a little bit. It's very, very black, but it just doesn't really do anything for me. It's very natural looking, and clearly I am not a natural kind of gal. So that is the eyes all done. Honestly, I feel like I could do with 7 more layers of mascara. Like, can you even see my lashes? I just don't think that mascara is for me. If you like a fluttery, natural looking mascara, this one is probably fine. I don't love it. So what do I think of that setting spray? I do feel like the spray sprayed on very nicely and it dried down quite quickly. I do feel like it has sort of melted the powders in. Obviously I used quite a bit of that blurring powder, that collection powder, so I do feel like the setting spray melted that in nicely. I do feel like my skin's looking a little bit glowy. Obviously I had a luminous foundation on and a glowy blush, but I do feel like the spray did something. If you'd be interested in seeing a full day wear test where I just did the spray, where I did my whole face exactly the same, both sides, and I just did the spray on one side to see if the spray actually made a difference to the integrity of the makeup just on one side of my face for a full day, let me know, because I can absolutely do that. I think that that would be quite interesting, because there are some claims on this setting spray, and I'm a big lover of a setting spray, so I would be interested to see that for myself as well. But that is how everything is looking. I think it's looking lovely. I think it's looking really, really lovely. But I did use probably my favourite powder of all time, and I do feel like that makes a really, really big difference. So let's zoom out and let's finish off the lips. So again, this is another product that I have already tested, but I needed to revisit it for a couple of reasons. Firstly, this is the Catrice Precision Ink Lip Liner Stain, and I got this in the lightest shade, which was 010 Hold Tight. When I first tested this, I think that this had just been laying out on my table horizontally for a little while, and I said I wanted to try it again, nib down, like keep storing it nib down for a little while to see if that improves the ease of use with this lip liner stain. It literally says on it, store cap down. So once again, may I remind you that I'm dumb. So let's just go ahead and do this one. I do have another shade of this lip liner stain coming because I wanted to try a red, and also Essence, that Essence video that I was saying about, I have like 4 different lip stains coming. And I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited about it. There's one that's like Strawberry Crush or something, and it's the most delicious bright red, and I'm so excited about it, and it looks like a marker. I'm getting ahead of myself. That Essence video, I'm so excited about it, and the products haven't even reached this country yet. I'm so excited, but let's go ahead and do the Catrice Precision Ink Lip Liner Stain in, what was it? Hold Tight. Let's try it again now that it's been stored cap down. As per the instructions on the pen. Because I'm done. That was so much easier. When a product tells you to store it a certain way, listen to it. That was so much easier. That was so much juicier. And I have like fully coloured in the lip with that. And I will say, I did use this, when was it? It was a couple of days ago. I wore this for a full day at work, and it was absolutely still there at the end of the day. So I have got high hopes. I'm so excited to try that red. I can't remember what the shade was. I think it was 60. I think it was 060, the number. But I can't remember what it was called. And that will be coming very, very soon. But like I say, there will be so many more stains coming, because I got like, legitimately there were like 4 or 5 different ones from Essence launching, and I got, I think, all but one of them. So I really like that. If you're my sort of skin tone and you like a nudie brown shade, this is more brown than what I would usually go for. I quite like it. It's not the nudest of nude, but I really like that. And like I say, I have worn that for full days at work, and it has lasted very, very well. So let's go over everything. The foundation with a powder looks beautiful. That does still look, I feel like it looks nice, and it's like a medium coverage, but it does look nice and natural. It doesn't look heavy. It looks really, really beautiful on the skin with a powder. Without a powder, it was just a little bit too glowy for me and my preferences. Although I do have dry skin, I do like more of a matte finish just for blurring's sake. And I think that looks lovely with the powder over the top of it. The bronzer, I really, really like the bronzer. That blended out so beautifully. The colour was not too warm, not too cool, a really, really beautiful neutral. If you're my sort of skin tone, it's not going to work for everybody, so hopefully they do bring out more shades in that one. I would also really like highlights in this range. Catrice, thank you so much. The blush was new, but like, of course I was going to love it, because that is one of my favourite formulas of all time. The liquid eyeshadow, the matte one from Catrice, the soft melt liquid to powder eyeshadow, I really, really like that. That colour was beautiful. I'm excited to try that under, probably just with some of my pastel roses like shimmers, using this as like my first step, and then using something nice and beautiful and shimmery across the lid. I will let you know at the end of the month. I always come back at the end of the month and I let you know how things have worked out for me using them in different ways, so I will report back on that one. The tennis themed powder serve eyeshadows that I have figured out are tennis themed. The 2 that I tried, which was Ace and Deuce. Did I say it right? I like those 2 shades. Deuce was definitely more of a scattered, slightly more, didn't have too much of a base colour, but Ace, you can see that green on the inner corner. I really, really like that. I'm always going to like a bright green glittery shade for the inner corner. That is always going to be very, very much a comfort space for me. I very, very much enjoy that, but that one blended out really nicely. Again, I'll be interested to see how they wear for a full day at work. The liquid liner I like. I was expecting more from it, just because I know how much I love the other ones from Made by Mitchell, but She's King is fine. I prefer wave after wave, but you can't get it anymore. And the mascara, the Catrice Tubing Stay in Place mascara. I just don't think this is for me. I just don't think it's doing anything for me. Like, it's fine, but it's not giving me an incredible amount of length. It's not giving me an incredible amount of volume. And I've had that open for like a week or two now, and I don't feel like it's doing anything special. I think you could get this look with near enough every mascara on the market. You could get this look with one coat of the MUA Stop the Search. And this is like 2 heavy coats of mascara, and I just don't feel like it builds up very well. It's not enough for me. And the lip liner, now that I know how to store it, it will be staying out. I've got a mug on my table. Oh, let me show you, because my good friend Cole got this for me, and I keep it out on my table. Trust me, I'm a professional content creator. Look at all of the pens and pencils and things that I keep in here. Nips down so that I can actually use them. I need to go through this though, because this is too much. This is meant to be just the stuff that I use every day, and there are definitely like 7 brow pens in here, and I've only got 2 brows on my head. I need to go through that at some point. But that was everything. I would love to hear if you have tried any of these products. What do you think of them? I will leave all of these linked down below. Also, let me know if I gave you a good laugh not knowing that Powder Serve was a tennis themed eyeshadow collection. But that was everything. I would love to hear whatever thoughts you have got down below. I will leave everything linked. But until next time, thank you ever so much for watching. Bye bye.